Hello clarinet players, welcome to our video for this week. This week we're going to wrap up the rest of Air and Dance, just make sure that we have it all in our ears and we know what our parts sound like. I'm going to do this as a joint first and second clarinet video, so it will be one video file. Everything up until 41 is the same for Clarinet 1 and Clarinet 2. At 41, I will first talk about what Clarinet 1 does, and I will leave a time mark at the bottom of the screen as to where Clarinet 2 needs to go to look at their part. I will tell you in your Google Classroom which of you will be Clarinet 1 or Clarinet 2. Assume that you are playing Clarinet 1 unless I have told you otherwise for this point. If I mess up and I don't get to tell you which clarinet to play, assume you are playing Clarinet 1 until I tell you you are not. I've already assigned a couple of you Clarinet 2. So, Clarinet 1 is also, I will say again, not a harder part. It is just the part that is slightly higher. And none of this goes above the break. None of it goes above a B natural, which is good, which means you don't have to switch back and forth. So, to warm up, your instrument should be assembled. You're going to open up your metronome. We are going to do our 8-beat scale, long tones up, just to remind us what we're doing. When we have done that, I would like you to pause it and do it a couple more times, bottom to top and down, so up and down twice, so that you can get warmed up. Here it goes. 1, 2, ready. That's what happens. That's why we do this. Up to A. Over the break to B. Last note, that high C, reach for it. Now, when you've done that, pause me, go back, do it up and down a couple more times, get that under your lips. I know going over the break is something that is difficult, it's something we're continuing to work at, and you should at least be hitting these notes at this point. Maybe they don't sound the best, but you should be at least hitting them. Once you have done that a couple times, come back to me and pull out your music. We are going to start at measure 33, do the first 8 measures together, and then talk about measure 41 with each clarinet section. So measure 33, we can see already, it goes allegro, which means lively, quicker. It's about 100 beats per minute. So it's bum, ba-da-da, bum, 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 bum. And that is far too fast to be sight reading at. So I'm going to open up my metronome. And put it at 60. Right about there, 60 beats per minute, 60. 1 beat per second. And we are going to work on it. Immediately we can see it's a lot of quarter notes and rests, right? Those quarter notes are full-length quarter notes. They are not staccato quarter notes, so not separated. So it's not like little short ones. They're full beats, so it's da, 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 or right? And it's a mezzo forte, so do not be afraid to make that heard. Right? The trumpet players are going to try to outplay you no matter what, but they actually have a quieter dynamic marking than you there, so it is your job to make sure that you can be heard over the trumpet players. Now, I'm going to play from 33 to 41 at 60 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready. So, you're looking for full length, full value quarter notes. Just because you can breathe on every rest doesn't mean you should breathe on every rest. That's one thing you'll get used to doing more. And anytime there is a half note that leads into a quarter note, at measure 36 for example, that you should not breathe between the half note and the quarter note. That should be a smooth transition. So I'll play measure 36 going into 37. No breath between that E and that D. So, one other thing I will say that will apply to both sections, I'll say it now before I dismiss Clarinet 2 to a later part of the video. When we get to any form of eighth notes in this piece, the rhythm is straight. So look at measure 43, for example. Clarinet 2, your music is slightly different, but it's the same rhythm. So when we count that, we've been playing a lot of jazz. So it's normally 1, 2, and 3, 4. But that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and those are eighth notes that are swung. We need to make them straight again because it's a concert band piece. So it's not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, which makes measure 43 1, 2 and 3, 4. Straight rhythms. So focus on that while you practice. If you play swing, it will sound very out of place on the recording. Now, Clarinet 2, I have posted at the bottom of the screen what time you need to jump to. I'm going to work with Clarinet 1 for a few minutes, and then I will meet you in the future at a different part of this video. So Clarinet 1, 41 drops down to a mezzo piano, so it's a little bit quieter. You are playing the same rhythms as Clarinet 2, but different notes. So you are in harmony with Clarinet 2 almost the whole time. So if the person next to you is not playing the exact same thing as you, don't worry, they're probably right. So we start on that high A. I'm going to play straight through to the end. There's no rest for clarinet pretty much. So I'm going to just play straight from 41 to the end. I might make a mistake, but I'm going to continue if I do. 1, 2, 41. There it is, 33 to the end. I will play it once with the recording just so you can hear it. You do not have to practice with the recording this week. If you feel comfortable enough to practice it with the recording, that's cool. But when you submit this to me, I will want it in with a metronome at 60 beats per minute to show you have control of the music. You not just keeping up, but you're controlling your notes. 6th grade, you will have a slightly different assignment. You guys are just going to be recording me the beginning to 33 this week. 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, you are recording 33 to the end. So, I will play it once with the recording. Just for your own information, the fast section at 33 begins at about 1 minute and 45 seconds. So I'm going to put myself slightly before that. Right? Hey, Ruben, you completed your quiz. Congratulations. Coming into 33. There it is, Clarinet 1 with the recording. Your homework this week is on the Google Drive. It is to record up until the end of the piece if you're in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. 6th grade, you are recording until measure 33. If you have any questions, Gmail me, hang out, chat me on Google. I'll be there. Now, on to Clarinet 2. Welcome back to the video, Clarinet 2. Now, picking up at 41, I am going to play 41 to the end with a metronome going 60 beats per minute. This is your practice track. Practice along with me. Listen to me do it once and then join me afterwards. We already talked about the rhythm being straight. Don't worry too much about the dynamics and shaping right now. Know that you are playing the same rhythms as Clarinet 1, but not the same notes. So you should be lining up as to when the notes happen, but the notes might sound different. A good practice thing to do is once you have practiced with the Clarinet 2 video, is actually to rewind to me playing Clarinet 1 and you play Clarinet 2 at the same time and see how they fit together. Now, putting the metronome on at 60, starting at measure 41 till the end. 1, 2, ready. there it is. I apologize for my squeak, right around 80. But you keep going. When you make a mistake, you plow through to the end of it, make sure you get there. Now, things to notice, 62 to 63, that leap between a B flat and a C. That's a lot of movement for your fingers. B flat, high B flat is your thumb and 1 on the register key and on the top A key. And then C is your thumb, 1, 2, 3. So that's a lot of movement. So practice that movement a lot. And just as a reminder, all B's are flat in this piece. So at 47, when you have that low B flat, it is thumb 1, 2, 3, 1. Do not play a B natural there. You are used to playing B naturals. Do not play a B natural there. I will play it now with the recording so you can hear it. You do not need to practice with the recording this week. But if you are at a point where you think you can, feel free to. But your homework is to send this in with a metronome at 60 beats per minute. I will not accept homework where you send it in at a higher speed because you think you're comfortable with it. I want to hear it at 60 beats per minute to see how you control your rhythm and tone. You can always speed something up, but it's actually harder to slow it down. Now, for those of you that want to practice with the recording, measure 33 starts right about 1 minute and 45 seconds, so I'm going to set myself slightly before that and dive in. Ready? Measure 33. So there it is with the recording. So practice that this week. Email me if you have any questions. Your videos will need to be submitted by the time that I mark on the Google Classroom. I will be around. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.